Yep, I'm getting rid of my keyboard. While I like Corsair's keyboards, and this guy is actually treating me really well. Like, did you know it actually works seamlessly with Diablo 3? Totally lights up with like legendaries and when you level up. And like, it's awesome. But I'm done with it. It's just too big. Like, I want my hands closer, you know, ergonomics and all that stuff, better posture. But what am I gonna do without these like macro keys? Enter the Elgato Stream Deck Mini. What's going on, everybody? Jeremy with Detroit Tech. I really loved having all those macro keys that my old Corsair K95 keyboard gave me. There were 18 of them. Problem is, it made my keyboard massive. Plus, I started like drooling over some of the more boutique keyboards you can get out there. I landed on the Control by Massdrop, but no number pad, you know, helps me keep my arms closer while I'm gaming, but no macro keys. I mean, I didn't use all of them, but I wanted some of them. Plus, I was losing the dedicated media control buttons. So I picked up the Stream Deck Mini. The Stream Deck by Elgato initially was introduced in 2017, and the Mini that I have here about a year later-ish. This one has 6 programmable buttons, 9 less than the regular one. The buttons are the same LCD screens, clear plastic over them. They look pretty nice. Off-angle viewing is like fine enough, but I'm not sure why you wouldn't really kind of have it like point straight at you anyway. They're not super high resolution, but for the size, they work quite well. And because this is a Mini, it has a relatively mini price tag compared to the full fat Stream Deck at about 55% or so of the normal price. And although Corey did snag a nice normal size Stream Deck on Prime Day, and I'll put a couple links in the description below if you'd like to pick one up for yourself. There's also an XL version with like a million keys. Really the only difference other than the sheer number of keys between the Mini and the regular is the body shape. While the original Stream Deck is essentially it's flat and has like an adjustable stand, the Mini here is just like a wedge shape. It's only one angle. However, I never really thought it's a bad angle. So you can get some reflections maybe from the keycaps due to their thickness when you're not like dead straight on, but it took about 4 seconds for me to get used to it, and you know, it's no big deal. There's also rubber padding on the bottom to keep the Stream Deck from slipping. It works fine, just probably want to make sure you clean the area where you set it down and make sure you're actually like kind of like pushing down, not like weird like up angle, I don't know. Now, the majority of what you'll find about the Stream Deck is how it's amazing for streaming. It has compatibility with OBS, Twitter, Twitch, XSplit, YouTube, and other things too. But since no one wants to watch me play video games except possibly for the comedy of how terribly bad I am, and we're not live streaming here, why would this be useful for me? One word, hotkeys. I mean, you can also open programs like media controls, stuff like that, basically, but you know, like hotkeys. Setting up those hotkeys is simple. Into the software, it's really just drag and drop. And then you kind of like type something in, assign an icon, you can assign like titles, you use a picture. Like, it's really simple. Elgato even has their own key creator, so you can grab standard icons or create your own. Even though it's pretty simple, it's also really robust since you can upload your own picture. Corey even found a bundle of icons online for free, which we're using, and I'll put a link to them in the description below if you wanna check those out. They do accept donations if you really like what you're getting. The thing that really makes this a viable piece of kit for me, since there are only 6 buttons, is you can create folders. And as far as I can tell, you can go down like each folder indefinitely. At least, I mean, essentially, I created like 7 folders and it didn't tell me to stop. That means you're not limited only to 6 actions, because if each key, like you go a folder down and then you have 5 available keys and you can keep going down, keep going down. You can even create different profiles that have that profile launch when a program of your choice is in the foreground as well. But since I don't stream, let's take a look at how I'm using the Mini. So here you can see kind of my homepage, I guess you'd call it. There's a folder for Premiere, which doesn't really have much in it at the moment. I'm still trying to figure out really the best way to use Premiere without having to resort to like auto hotkey programming. Next is the old icon for Google Play Music. I like the black background better. This goes down to a folder with play pause controls, next previous, and this one opens the actual website if I don't already have it open. Next on the homepage is VLC. One layer down lets me open up VLC, which is my current FLAC player of choice. And another layer down has my controls. Play pause, next previous, skip forward and backwards 5 seconds. For this to work without VLC actually being in the foreground, this is actually interesting. I had to create global hotkeys in VLC so I could use Alt, Shift, and a Control as my modifiers and create hotkeys on the Stream Deck software and assign to each button. Next is my most played game folder, currently Apex Legends, FIFA 19, Overwatch, and just Steam Then we have an NVIDIA folder to toggle screen recording and instant replay on and off, and then to save the instant replay clip and open up GeForce Experience and adjust other settings. Finally, here's my Discord folder. The two controls in here are just hotkey switches. I could have used the regular hotkey, but this one allows you to have two different icons. These are used to mute my mic and mute the chat. This way I can see at a glance if I'm muted or not. Diving a bit into the software, there's even more things to install than what shows up initially. You'll have to go through yourself, but here's a couple of highlights. There's a dedicated NVIDIA Shadow Play, which I didn't discover that until I already set the Stream Deck up. There's even a Google Play Music desktop app controller. Again, I'm just too lazy to switch now. I know it seems like I've really just been raving about this the whole time, so let's talk about a couple negatives. Every once in a while, it does seem like the buttons kind of stick. Now, they don't stick in physically, but sometimes they just kind of keep repeating the command. That can usually be stopped by hitting another controller, like another command, but it's a little annoying when it does happen. The USB cable here is not detachable, and while it's long enough for me, I'd like to see it either be longer or be detachable so I can add another cable of my choosing onto it. Which brings me to my big complaint. It broke as soon as I really started using it a lot. Now I got it while I still had the K95 and wasn't really using it very much. Once I got the 10 keyless control keyboard, I was listening to music while writing this review and updating folders and icons, and I just shifted it on my desk a little bit to get a better angle, and it just completely disconnected. Then went to the boot screen and Windows refused to recognize it. And the best part is, at this point I've had it for slightly less than 2 months. So I couldn't even just return it to Amazon and have a new one sent out. Good news is the support guy at Amazon, Tommy, was actually very helpful and actually contacted Corsair for me. Corsair then of course contacted Elgato. Once they had me try a few things to make sure it was truly broken, they had me download and run a diagnostic to make sure it wasn't like my computer. Big surprise, it wasn't. Took them a couple days and they issued me an RMA number, and here's where things actually got pretty frustrating. So I received 2 emails about shipping the device back to Elgato. Each email had a slightly different address and person to send it to. I inquired, they said that either was fine. So okay, I sent it out and didn't hear from them for a month, which I kind of expected, but this is still really obnoxious. Finally, I reached out and asked if there was any update. They said, oh yeah, the RMA just got lost in the shuffle. We were switching to new software to handle all the customer service stuff, but we'll send it right away. So about a week later, I actually received the brand new Stream Deck Mini, which is good. Now, I know things like that can happen. It gets lost in the shuffle. The part that frustrated me the most was I didn't even get an automated email telling me that they received the device. I was worried it went to the wrong person or place, especially considering the address discrepancy in the emails. But it is here and working. Ultimately, I really love this thing. I mean, my new Stream Deck came the same day as Corey got his regular size one, and we spent 2 hours on Discord just figuring out best way to use it and messing with icons. And I really like this thing. It cleans up my desk because I now have smaller keyboard, better ergonomics while gaming and working. But is it really worth it if you don't stream? I mean, I think so, but it depends on your setup and what you do on your computer. I lost dedicated media controls when I got my new keyboard, so it's awesome for that. If you do any sort of productivity, this can be hugely helpful for you, especially if you combine it with something like Auto Hotkey, the way Taryn with Linus Tech Tips does. It becomes a massively powerful tool. I will say this, I don't think it's for everybody. I've found great ways to use it even though I don't stream. I've seen people online with great shortcuts for CAD or any other production software, whatever. But if you're interested at all in streaming or just making a few things easier, this is definitely worth a look. So thanks for watching, everybody. If this video was helpful, hit the thumbs up and subscribe. If you just want to jerry-rig an entirely separate keyboard to act as a giant macro keyboard, feel free to hit the thumbs down if you have any spare time. Either way, let us know in the comments below how you would or do use the Stream Deck, and we'll catch you in the next one.